We top.
I see how I see.
Sorry, I think this is far for that. Just trying to make up for it.
Yeah. So this is basically a 52, which is the model they used in the Korean campaign, an M38. And it's got a couple of earlier features on it. And it's got an F-head engine instead of the L-head, so it's got 75 horsepower instead of 65.
Oh no! You said what year? 52? Peels the skin back.
Yeah. Not exactly overly powerful. When I like her, Debbie, she's got that baby blue, the opening blue. Little gearing.
Pass me on the highway, and I can't pass the gas station. Thanks up with us.
It's funny because with that Warner overdrive, I can do 60, but those tires and that rudimentary steering system that is called the Ross Spot steering system, they're not designed for it.
Okay.
So, and if you start getting a wobble, that is the scariest thing on the planet, because it's really hard to get rid of it. They literally call it the death wobble. For Willys Army Jeeps, because they really weren't designed to handle high speeds on nowadays. You know, I've learned there's a trick. You steer in, hit the brake, punch it once, and it breaks the cycle, and it goes back out.
Okay.
You learn these little tricks. It's called survival.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's okay. Yeah.
So you've always been into Willys?
Yeah.
Have you?
I had one. My first one, I was 16.
Oh, really?
And I'm 67 now. And this one I had when I was 21. I bought this when I was 21.
Where'd you get it?
And it was just basically parts.
Okay.
Everything was falling apart, rusted, the smithereens. In a place called Soinjula, which is up in the north.
Yeah.
And but I always had one. When I was 16 and I didn't even have my driver's license, I actually bought a 52, the same model as this one. And I drove it. Here's the part that I never admitted to anybody, except my grandson knows. I drove it all the way from Vancouver. I bought it in Vancouver from a guy called the Gemini Sales. And I drove it all the way to Soinjula using the old bobbing rods. All the way through.
So it was built for that, right?
Right? Well, it was perfect, except it was March.
Oh.
My birthday, March 16th. And it snowed.
Yeah, okay.
And we're in literally this Jeep with a bit of rudimentary canvas on it. They didn't have heaters.
Yeah.
And the buddy that was with me, Robert, we literally froze our asses.
Yeah.
Because that was a long drive.
Yeah.
The guy was like 4.5 hours through logging roads, whatever.
What's under the bonnet here?
It's called an F-head. So it's not the original engine, it's close. The F-head it came from the next model up. The very first Jeep with a higher hood, or the round hood, you know, when you see a CJ5.
Yeah.
The very first CJ5 came with an F-head. And they needed that curvature because it is so much taller. Look at the depth of the edge. From there to there. That is a 4.5-inch piston stroke. 4.5-inch piston stroke, which is just huge.
Wow.
So torque-wise, you can't stall this vehicle. If you stall this vehicle, you do not know how to use a clutch. I mean, you could basically start third gears. Because the bottom end is so insane. And when you're in below first gear, engine screaming, it's doing 5 miles an hour. The reduction is so incredible. And this is from a Harley. Just don't tell anybody. Don't tell any Harley people around. They might not be happy with me putting it on a Jeep carburetor. And that's not a Jeep carburetor. I'll even tell the truth on that. This is a Taiwan knockoff. There's a company in Taiwan now that makes knockoff carburetors for any carb you can think of. Doesn't matter what engine you've got.
Really?
They specialize, that's all they do. They only build carburetors. And they build better versions. So from the outside, it looks identical. Inside, completely high-end.
But better, yeah.
So, no flooding. The old original Carter YF, as soon as you started going up a steep hill, they'd flood. Because the bloody float was in the same direction as the vehicle. So if you were on a steep angle, the float was already having a problem.
Yeah.
This guy, float goes this way. Transverse float mount, so it doesn't care how steep it is. So I can go beyond 45 degrees almost with it, go straight up, no plug. And that's from that Taiwan carburetor. So as much as I hate to say it, yes, I have changed a few things from the original. And a 12-volt alternator. You know, yes, I have all the generators, I have all the original equipment at home, of course. But for daily driving, a little bit of upgrading just makes your life a better place. Unless you're going for a proper show. I mean, for me, it's just playing around. We'll walk towards it. And I'll fire it up and you'll see how nice it is, because I guess we're about ready to rock and roll. I gotta give him the gas on so he can go do his homework. Gotta take that. But I said, hey, this was